guys, welcome back to my channel for another video. There are a lot of things you probably don't know about me. Today you are going to learn 21 of them. Okay, so today we are going to have a little homeschool, this or that, would you rather type chat. I'm participating in a collaboration hosted by Devine from Calm in the Chaos Homeschool and Shauna from Homegrown Homeschool, and that means a bunch of us homeschool moms are answering the same questions so you can get to know us a little bit better. I'm going to link the playlist to this collaboration in the description below, so go check it out when you are done watching here. If you are new here, I'm Sarah. I've been homeschooling since my oldest son was in kindergarten and he is in 6th grade this year. I also have twin girls that are in 5th grade and a 5-year-old son who is in pre-K this year. So I talk a lot about those stages on this channel, that age range of curriculum, and I'll continue to share resources and tips as my kids get older and move through all the grades and stages. So if you are interested in this type of homeschool content, please hit that subscribe button and stick around a bit. Or maybe wait, get to know me a little bit first in this video and then hopefully hit that subscribe button if you want. So I have a list of questions right here. I am going to read through them and answer to the best of my ability. I really don't like these kind of questions, this or that questions, because I am really indecisive. I think I'm supposed to only pick one thing, but I'm probably not going to be able to for most of these, but let's give it a go. Okay, so first question, walk slow or walk fast? Walk fast, definitely. I am usually the fast walker whenever I'm out with my family. And you wanna hear something funny? When I was in high school, I remember I was in an English class and I had a teacher who would wear high heels all the time. And you could always tell she was coming because she would be walking really quickly down the hallway. And I don't know, for some reason, I really liked that sound. This sounds so bizarre, but just that fast heel walking. And I love wearing heels. I love walking fast. And I just walk fast naturally. So that memory, for some reason, always sticks in my mind when I think about walking quickly, or I don't know why that influenced my own gait so much. But anyways, walk fast, that's my answer. Number 2, art museum or history museum? I like both of them. We actually have an art museum and a history museum near where we live, and I haven't been to the art museum yet. We really should go. The history museum by us is great. It has a great kids area, and I love learning about history more now than I did when I was growing up, so I would say history museum for that question. Okay, number 3, beach or pool? That's a tough one. I like the beach. I don't necessarily like swimming in the ocean or the lake or whatever, but I like to sit out at the beach whenever we go and watch other people. So that's fun. You can do that at the pool too. And the pool, I don't know, I guess I'm gonna say pool because my kids really like to go to the pool. We spend a lot of time there in the summer and it's really fun to just watch them swim and have a good time. They like the beach as well, but we just don't go there as much. So we go to the pool more, and that's probably what I pick for that answer. Okay, number 4, would you rather discuss socialization or how your child will keep up with a stranger? Oh, the stranger homeschooling question. Those are always fun. I would say discussing socialization is fairly easy, especially in the town that we live in and the day and age that we're homeschooling in. There are so many options for homeschoolers to, I don't know, I don't even like using the word socialize, because what does that really mean? That could mean different things to different people. But we are involved in a lot of different activities. We are constantly almost too busy. So if someone is just concerned whether or not we are getting out of the house, that's a pretty easy question to answer. And I also think it's fun to kind of point out people's almost flaws in that question, because when they're asking that, you know, I'm not sure that they're really considering, well, okay, if you think about public school and the kids are sitting in desks for most of the day, they are often not encouraged to talk during class. I mean, if they're working in groups or something like that, yes. But, you know, they're in an isolated environment with their peers, their age group, and it's just always interesting to me to hear what people think socialization really is. Like when they ask that question, what do you really mean? I don't know, I think it can just shed some light on that subject for some people when they actually consider what they're asking, because we are involved in a lot of things And I know that's not the case for every homeschool family, and there's different opportunities depending where you live, but even just being able to be around their siblings, being able to join me when I'm going out running errands during the day, have those interactions, have those real life skills and those teachable moments, that is great socialization, I think, for us. So I have gotten that question before, and it's a fun one to answer, and I think it makes people think why they're actually asking that and what that really means to them. Okay, plans or surprises. So I'm very type A. I love making plans. I love sticking to my plans. But as far as surprises go, I don't know. I do enjoy surprises too. If someone were to plan a surprise for me, I do enjoy that. I enjoy it, but sometimes I get a little annoyed by it, if that makes sense. So if it usually catches me off guard, it takes me a minute to think about, okay, I'm having to rearrange whatever it was I was going to do, or I need to gather my thoughts here. But then once I can relax a little bit, I really do enjoy surprises and being surprised. But I do like plans and planning things out. I'm a planner. All right, number 6, educational posters on the wall or none. Right now, we don't have too many posters on the wall. I mean, I guess I shouldn't say that. They're not necessarily posters, but we've got a big whiteboard in our kitchen, and we have a big bulletin board. And then we do have a couple posters in our schoolroom. Not too many. Mainly, I like to hang up my kids' artwork on the wall, so we have some of their art projects up there. And I will hang up posters or things that we're using in our curriculum up on our whiteboards or on our bulletin boards so that we can see them. But I don't necessarily like hanging things up that we're not going to use or reference. So if it's something that we're going to be using all the time or it's going to contribute to our learning, then I put it up. But if not, I don't typically hang them up just for decoration. So all right, number 7, take a Sunday or a snow day. Sunday for sure. I can't stand the snow. I loved it when I was younger, but I don't like it now. My kids really love playing in the snow. They'd probably say snow day, but I take a nice park day, some good weather any day. Okay, clothes on the floor or clothes in the hamper. Clothes in the hamper. How I organize our laundry is I have a different basket for each of the different types of loads that we do. So we've got a darks basket, we have a lights basket, the basket for our workout clothes, basket for delicate things, and towels basket. And that's just for us. And we have a big closet, so I can keep each of the baskets in there. So every time one of those gets full, I just bring it downstairs, wash it, and then the clothes go back in the basket. Sometimes we're good about hanging them up right away, but most of the time we're not, and we just kind of live out of the basket for a while until we run out of space and we need to hang them up because I need another basket. So ideally we would be really good about putting our clothes away, but we use a hamper, and then I have a hamper for each of my kids. They have one in their room, so kind of the same deal. They have laundry to do every week, and I try to encourage them to be tidy with their clothes. That doesn't always happen either, but we're working on it. Physical planners or digital planners? I would say both to this. I like using a paper planner for any of my work-related stuff or just quick notes, things that I have to jot down, kind of a daily plan for personal stuff. But for our homeschool, I use a digital planner. This year I'm using Homeschool Planet, and I started using it last year as well. Before that, when we were using BJU Press, they had a great online planning system called the Homeschool Hub, so we used that for a little while. Before that, there wasn't really a need for a planner because we would just kind of open up our curriculum and go, and I didn't really have to plan it out. We just kind of followed the schedule. Whatever the next lesson was, we would do it. But now that my kids are older, Homeschool Planet has been really, really handy for us to just have our daily plan. My kids know what's expected of them, so they can each log in and check off the boxes as they go, and it's been really great for our homeschool. Night out or night in? I like both. I'm such a homebody, so I don't mind staying in, getting some takeout food, watching a movie with the family. I love that, but I also really like going out with my husband, so we try to schedule a date night every so often, and I love just going out for dinner, walking around a store, things like that. So both of those are good. Art projects or science projects? Both of those I feel like we need to do more of in our homeschool. I wish we had more time in the day, but I would say I prefer art projects. I love art. I was always pretty artsy growing up, and I think it's fun to see the creativity come through with my kids. Science projects are fun too, and my kids really like them, but I'm not that great at them. I'm usually not very well prepared at having supplies on hand and things that we need. So I don't know. Art projects I prefer. They both could happen a little bit more often in our homeschool, but we try to fit them in when we can. Vacation or staycation is number 12. Definitely vacation. I like to travel. If you guys saw my vlog the other day, I am trying to hit all 50 states and run a marathon in each state. So we like just taking either short trips or longer trips to do that. I've got a couple more lined up for this year, so I'm excited to go some different places. We try to do a family vacation that's not race related once a year or so. Got a couple things we're thinking about for this year, but I really like traveling. I don't know, it always sounds like so much fun. And then you get on the road and it is really fun, but it's also a lot of work with kids, with 4 kids. So they're fun, but a lot of work. Okay, number 13, loose guidelines or clear directions. I would say clear directions. I like to know what is expected, what we need to do. As far as even with curriculum, I really like kind of open and go, here's what you need to do. You know, I don't have to plan something out. It's just all laid out for me. So if I'm not exactly sure what that question is referring to, but if it's referring to homeschool curriculum, I would say clear directions because it's less work for me and it makes homeschooling really easy. Okay, winter or summer? Definitely summer. Although I do prefer running in the winter, but summer so we can be outside, weather is nice. Number 15, plan a field trip or plan a co-op lesson. I don't know, I'd say maybe plan a co-op lesson. I mean, both are really fun. I haven't planned too many field trips. We are part of a really great group and there's a local friend that organizes a lot of field trips for us. So she takes charge of that. And I think if you're organizing it for a large group, there's a lot that goes into that. Co-op lessons, a lot goes into those too, but being a former teacher, those are a little bit easier for me to wrap my brain around and get done. And I do enjoy teaching at our co-op. All right, number 16, clean as you cook or clean at the end. Definitely as I cook. It drives me nuts when there is clutter or there's stuff on the counter or something has spilled. I have to wipe it up right away. It drives me crazy. And if you clean up while you are cooking, yes, it takes you longer, but I don't know, there's just not a big mess at the end. So it feels better to me. So I clean as I cook and I'm trying to teach my kids to do that. I don't think they'll just leave the mess no matter what. So we're working on that with them, but definitely cleaning as I cook. Fiction or nonfiction? Oh, really? I like both. I'm trying to read more fiction. I do love fiction. I have read 1 fiction book so far this year. My goal was to read 1 a month and I have a stack of them. I need to open them up. Typically, I read a lot of nonfiction. So either theology type books, if we're studying something at our church, or I'm reading Bible studies, whatever Bible study we're working on, that takes up a lot of time. Or I'm reading educational information, stuff about homeschooling, parenting, lots of things like that. So I enjoy both. I typically probably am reading more nonfiction at this point in my life, and I'd like to get more into reading fiction again. All right, we are almost there, you guys. Number 18, pizza or tacos? It's a hard one too. How are you supposed to pick between pizza or tacos? Let's just call that one a tie. We probably eat pizza more, but tacos are amazing too, so that one's a tie. Number 19, laminator or binding system? I actually don't have a binding system. I don't really know that I would use one. Since we don't print a lot of our curriculum, I usually use packaged curriculum, things like that. I don't really have a need for a binding system. Laminator was actually so stereotypical. It was one of the first things that I bought when I became a homeschool mom, when my son was in kindergarten. And we did use it, and we actually still use it a lot. Not as much as, maybe I thought we would, but it comes in handy. So I would say laminator for that one. Roller coasters or water slides? I used to really like roller coasters. Now they kind of scare me a little bit, but I will ride them. The last one that I rode was probably in Universal Studios when we went with our family and we went to the Harry Potter land, whatever you call it, the Harry Potter exhibit. Hagrid's coaster, I think it was. That was fun, but it was really scary. Water slides, I know you can swim in contacts, but ever since I got them, I'm just always paranoid about getting my face wet, going underwater, So I just don't enjoy them as much. So I would say roller coasters, even though, you know, they're probably not my favorite either, but I will ride them. And last one, we made it, 21. Car schooling or outdoor schooling? This is, maybe I'm not a typical homeschool mom, but I'm not gonna really say either of those. I don't know. They say when you homeschool, oh, you have the chance on a nice day you can go outside and take your books and take your lessons outside, and we really don't do that. We stay inside for like our book work and our lessons. And yes, we go outside to play, or if we want to do chalk or something with my preschooler or large motor stuff, we'll go outside. But I can't say we've ever just packed up all of our stuff and went outside and done our lessons. I don't know if that's typical or not. You guys will have to let me know. But, you know, we just stick to inside in our kitchen for most of our lessons. And then car schooling, I don't know that we've ever really done that either. If, you know, my kids have something that they need to finish and they're going to be waiting for a sibling at an activity or something, yes, they'll bring their lessons with them and they can work on it there. I don't know if that's the same thing as car schooling. So I don't know. I'm going to have to say neither on that one, on that last question. Car schooling or outdoor schooling. What do you guys think? What do you do? Okay, so that's it. That wasn't as bad as I thought, and I hope you enjoyed learning just a little bit more about me and our homeschool. I would love to hear your answers in the comments, so let me know if any of these resonated with you or if you have any more questions for me. Don't forget to check out the link to that playlist so you can hear from some other amazing homeschool moms and hear their thoughts. And if you're still here, feel free to subscribe to my channel as I've got some fun content coming up over the next few weeks. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. I'll see you next time.